see a little bit more of that later on today, but first we're going to check in with Nalguidan versus Muzzy. Muzzy, as you can clearly see, not nearly as fierce as he once was.
He lost the Battle of the Stash, so means he has to shave it. Unfortunate.
Very much so. Rest in peace. However, the stash should rise again. I think every single win, he grows it out a little bit more.
Just a tiny bit more. I don't know if he has control over that. It's just every match he wins, he just wills his mustache to grow slightly more.
Oh, you're saying that he doesn't have control of whether or not he wins or not?
No. He doesn't have control over how fast his mustache grows because it's a little bit disingenuous to just shave a little bit off every time you win. So it appears as if it's growing a little more each time you win.
Yeah,
because I think it would go faster during the week. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, that's true. I am not familiar with Muzzy's hair follicles above his lips, but I'm sure we can inquire about it and see.
Are you familiar with your own?
Intimately. It's going to be a Druid versus Warrior. Quest Druid up against Bomb Warrior. Nalguidan starting off on the play. Yesterday, not the greatest showing from Nalguidan, very honestly, candidly speaking. But today is a new day, and he got the win. That's the most important thing. And, you know, as much as we have been, ponying up and just saying players got to step it up, there's a lot of times where players do both sides of the spectrum in the same game or the same series, right? They can make an amazing play. They can also mess up, and that's part of human nature. That's part of what makes Hearthstone really interesting to watch, because if it was just no webcams, robotic, optimal play, it's like, not that interesting. It's when misplays and drama and stress and the rope is burning, all the random stuff that comes out of the cards or the game, that's what makes it really entertaining to watch.
Love me some drama.
Yeah. I always say this, that my favorite Hearthstone to watch is, all out fireworks and like great play and cool, exciting moments. My second favorite form of Hearthstone, a very close second, 1A and 1B, is sloppy Hearthstone, which everything is going wrong, but it somehow comes down to like the wire where one player missed the damage, and that cost him. This player like accidentally drew a card which burned the exact win condition that he traditionally wants, etc. Those are really fun for me to watch too.
This will give you good. My favorite metagame was pre-nerf Yogg-Saron.
Ooh, that is a hot take.
Favorite metagame. Granted, I was never...
Literally, Dave, our production assistant, brought me a cup of popcorn.
He did.
I'm going to eat some popcorn as TJ explains why Yogg-Saron, pre-nerf Yogg-Saron is his favorite meta. Go on.
He brought me a cup of popcorn as well. Because I was never a competitive player, you see.
I wonder.
Daniel, I was a caster. And...
Was?
Yes. Now I'm just a mere mortal. But I was a caster back in the heyday of Hearthstone, the golden days, some may call them. Yogg-Saron, before it had the chance to kill itself if it cast a spell that cleared the board.
Destroy. Let's use some family-friendly language here.
These off of me!
If it destroyed itself, it would stop its chain. Before that, it could cast Twisting Nether first and Yogg-Saron beyond the grave, or beyond the pile, the discard pile, destroyed pile, whatever you want to call it, family-friendly. He would just keep casting. And it wasn't limited like stupid Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron was to 10 spells. No matter how many spells you cast that game, he would cast that many spells. And it was just fun. It was fun to watch. It was entertaining. Of course, it led to a lot of heartbreak. It led to a lot of destroyed lives. Mangled remains of human spirits. But it was fun, and that's why I enjoyed it.
I don't understand a word you said. I will. Nalguidan using the innervate to finish the quest.
Muzzy is confused.
Well,
or upset.
I think he's confused because he didn't see the innervate yet.
Yeah.
It could be just like one of those things like, wait, are you really sure you want a hero power? And then he sees the innervate, it makes a little bit more sense. Nalguidan wants to finish the quest. And in Nalguidan's mind, his quest is going to finish by the time turn 6 rolls around. Anyways, the innervate is usually really powerful if you finish the quest going second. Because if you go second, you have 5 mana when the quest usually finishes. You can play Oasis Surge, or sometimes you want to like innervate Nourish or innervate Huidnaces.
Excuse me?
You want? I just started speaking French on broadcast. Hidden Oasis. Or you can save your Innervate for plays to get Cenarius and King Phaeorus a little bit quicker. I find it very rare that I want to use Innervate in the late stages and do like Hidden Oasis and it's not really that common. So I think it's an okay usage of it. In fact, I'm also even a big proponent of Innervate after you play the quest on turn 1. I'm a fan.
I'm a fan as well.
Not in every matchup. Not in every matchup.
Yeah.
Saying in a lot of matchups, though, I see the value in it.
Yeah, same. Muzzy coining out the Omega Devastator here to guarantee that he has some type of way to deal with this Crystal Merchant next turn.
All right, it's drawing too many cards. The Innervate usage also makes sense, given that Nalguidan is replenishing the hand, and there's a very real chance that if he encounters into Nourish, he might have too many cards. Not that the Innervate would be a dead card, because you could always just toss it away.
Yeah.
But finishes your quests, draws you a card deeper into your deck.
And quest complete.
Quest complete. Now, what does Muzzy do in response? Is he going to...
Ziliax and Giddy Up. No, that's not a good play because then you'd leave the Crystal Merchant alive.
Yeah. Zilly up. You can also attack the Crystal Merchant and then magnetize.
Very wise. Very wise. This plays around Starfall, which if he had Ziliaxed and attacked or just went face for the extra damage, Starfall would have killed it.
Destroyed. TJ, please! Ollie's watching.
He probably is, actually. Wait, what time is it? Nah, it's afternoon nap time. He's not watching.
What do you do?
It's almost afternoon snack time, though, which is my favorite time of the day.
It's always afternoon.
Peanut butter jellies all around.
It's afternoon snack time somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Nalguidan trying to think about how he utilizes his spells here. Wrath and Word Druid Loading does deal with this. I wonder if it was he wants to draw and see what he gets, but this just misses damage unless he's trading.
Ooh. Big resource used, though, with the Word Druid Loading, but it's a big minion.
But so did Muzzy.
Yeah.
Muzzy was hoping to stack the minion with the snip snaps, and then, you know, Druid can't really deal with it. I wasn't sure if Nalguidan was going to hold the Ward Druid Loading in stealth, but, you know, recognizes the threat of that. Oh boy, that is a Nourish off the top. That is a great draw. I mean, that's the power of the Crystal Merchant, and why having it draw deeper into the deck is really important. That might look like Nalguidan got a really fortunate outcome, but remember I was talking about investing into the quest, investing into the Crystal Merchant, and how I was like, how do they just always have like the right card? Because they drew half their deck by the time.
Yeah, I mean, look at the card difference. Muzzy 19 cards left, Nalguidan 13 cards left. He's drawn 6 extra cards. And does have some good plays this turn. I would like the Crystal Merchant again this turn.
I want the Crystal Merchant in this position.
Because he doesn't have a follow-up to this play on board.
He has a Hidden Oasis and Crystal Merchant, but I think another reason why is because if you hit Ferris, then Power of the Wall is like another minion that comes out.
Ooh. Yeah, it's a 2-drop, but maybe that's a Blue Go War that gets in 2 damage that wins you the game.
Sure, or you get, you know, Scenarios. You can Scenarios Innervate Power of the Wild. I just like Crystal Merchant a lot more, and I think Nalguidan, instead of rushing out autopilot, ends up getting it. Muzzy picks up second Shield Slam, so he has Shield Block, double Shield Slam, and it can kill a Crystal Merchant. The thing is, Muzzy's not really making progress on his primary game plan, which was develop tempo and pressure the Druid. Now he's in that territory where Druid's ramped a bunch, drawn a bunch more cards. He's just behind. So now he might just be in a position where he might have to just remove stuff from the rest of the game and hope that Druid runs out of stuff.
Which is it's a viable plan. Nalguidan's not playing the Chef Nomi version. which is a good thing for Muzzy since actually not necessarily. With Bomb Warrior, it is if they get to the Chef Nomi part, you usually have enough damage to kill them. So maybe not the worst thing in the world. Oh, an even split. Pretty
yeah, Muzzy had the opportunity to trade in first, but he doesn't know that there's there's no guarantee that it hits, so a little bit of a wasted point of damage there.
Yeah. Oh well.
It happens.
Not the worst thing in the world. Muzzy still has removal available in hand. Shield block, double shield slam still going to be there and available to him in coming turns. It's about, how much damage he might take in the interim.
Swipe looks very good in this spot with Oasis Surger. So Oasis Surger, trade, swipe. Does that make you too vulnerable to a path?
You still have 1 5 health Oasis Surger. So if Muzzy were to expend a Warpath, you still have a 5-1 on board. Also draws another card.
The card draw here is starting to get way out of control. Muzzy's super far behind with that. So I wonder now if Muzzy's going to Warpath or instead simply chill. I don't. He could brawl. This doesn't seem like a brawl board to me though.
No.
Because if the 5/5 survives, he's in trouble.
Also, if he brawls and King Ferris comes down next turn, he uses his next brawl, and then if Loop comes down the next turn, he loses.
Yes, this doesn't seem like a brawl board to me, TJ. If he ends up going for a quad warpath though, that gives Nalguidan the ability to hit twice.
Yeah. But then if he does that, Muzzy has a good follow-up with shield block, armor up, double shield slam. Which
also, if he has to actually be careful not to use too many of the spells too, because King Ferris gets a lot worse.
Yeah.
If he uses let's say he nourishes and he plays Hidden Oasis. Okay, that's the juice. That's the stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
innervate King Ferris.
Yeah. So King Ferris, doesn't it take? Does it summon minions in the order of which the cards are drawn?
King Ferris is. Oh, I don't know. I know at least the Enlightened puts back
pay
random
attention to that.
mana.
Let's pay attention to that. It's 6,
I think
6,
it does.
2,
I think
5,
we
6.
solved that yesterday, actually.
No Ferris.
That's weird.
And does end up picking up Bees and Ferocious Howl. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I think Nalguidan. Wait, no, I get what he's trying to do. He says that he wants his flute. That's fair. Flute is really.
Oh yeah, flip. He wants his flip. No, this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I was just thinking about well, if you're gonna do that, then.
But if he waits too long for his flute, then it gives Muzzy time to find all the removal pieces he needs for both the King Ferris and the flute.
Right.
But right now, Muzzy doesn't even have a way to deal with this. So.
Well, he does have Super Collider and Shield Slam. It's reasonable. Clears off everything except 2/2s. And then if the 2/2s become too big with the Cenarius, you can use the 4/4s to kill them back, and then Shield Block gets you back some of that life.
True.
And then Omega Assembly unlocks this. Muzzy acknowledging that he needs to draw deeper into his deck. It's just, he's too far behind. He was at 10 card differential.
Yeah.
Nalguidan's still not finding his floop. But
Scenario's still good here, I think.
Yeah, Cenarius is still a very good spot. It's a lot of statistics.
Yes. 5 cards left in deck. Zephyr's still not active. He hasn't found either of his Worthy Expeditions yet, which I think is the only duplicate left in the deck.
The OCD inside of me, symmetry. Actually, you know what? It is worth evaluating if you should actually place it in the middle. I wonder with the Super Collider if that does end up mattering. So this was my main complaint about the shield block, which was Muzzy doesn't have access to it now to make the second shield slam better.
Yeah. because he could have cleaned up much of the board. He could have shield block, shield slam, the 4/4 Omega Devastator, the 5/8, and then super clatter into one and just be left with a 4/4, not have to use brawl. Where in this case, it's like, oh, geez.
Right.
There'll be 2 4/4s left afterwards, which
A Mega
is a
Devastator.
lot.
Yeah.
It's also just more it was more mana efficient, but less health efficient because he missed an armor up too.
True that.
This place is scary.
The Flunkinator.
I must choose.
Tunnel Blasters is certainly an interesting choice. Mega Devastator and Super Clatter clears off this. I'm trying to think if Muzzy dies. Swipe. Wait, no, loading's already used. Swipe's already been used. It'd be a Starfall Scenarios and he'd be alive, so he's okay. Is there Zephyr's lethal?
No.
Savage Roar. Savage Roar gets past 2, then he has 12.
He just Zephyrs
If
for
he had
Tyrion.
if he had Floop plus Zephyrs, it would have been lethal. I think. Because it would have been a +4 +4, so it would have been 12, plus an extra 4, so 16.
Your wish is my suggestion.
You can only have 4 mana with both Zephyrs.
No, yeah, I was saying that if he played Scenarios with the Floop.
Put your faith in the light.
Oh, with the Floop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Floop on the Zephyrs. I was like,
No.
okay.
Spring Rocket here ends up feeling fairly clutch, but Muzzy has Brawl, so Brawl and Rusty Recycler seems like the first play that jumps out to me.
He's so low on life and has very little ways to gain
What
life.
now?
Okay,
You're dealing with an Ashbringer most of the time after this Brawl, and most of the time you're dealing with Ashbringer plus another minion that he has.
Yeah, he does have Spring Rocket and Restless Mummy. That does end up clearing everything if he swings with his Super Collider. He goes down to 11 health. His opponent has an Ashbringer. Zephyrs has been used. So I think I like that.
And then maybe he can stabilize a little bit with Rusty Recycler
Yeah,
post Brawl. Huh? Maybe.
I think so.
Maybe.
Yes, still waiting for the Feoris. The big thing is that Muzzy is saving the double brawl from Feoris. Armor up. Armor's pretty big here.
Yeah.
You know, I really wonder if the ideology of playing Tyrion is as good as trying to use Zephyrs to close out the game as you get near the end. This is something that we saw, you know, Bloody Face prioritize against, I think, Amnesiac, where it was like he wasn't playing Zephyrs until he knew he was gonna win the game,
Yeah.
instead of like healing for the bomb out, right?
Yeah.
And it was in a similar matchup, although Muzzy isn't playing the bomb dynamic.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but it's
Wait,
still,
no, he is.
is he
Yeah.
playing bomb warrior?
He's not playing the full Bomb Warrior though.
Okay. So
Amnesiac was
partial.
playing like full taunt package plus Bomb Warrior, whereas Muzzy has just Bomb Warrior, but the only taunt cards he has is Frightened Flunkies. He doesn't have our Mega Dill or Two Wars. So it means he can fit in shield blocks and shield slams.
Right.
Time waits for no one.
Nalguidan's list plays 2 PEs.
Yep.
Very
One
board
throwing
centric. Blast Master Boom.
Oh, a War Golem. Nice.
So the Tunnel Blaster is what I'm thinking about right now.
If you Tunnel Blaster, you have to shield slam
The 5/5.
the 5/5.
Interesting. And Nalguidan's ready to use Power of the Wild and his scenarios, and has played a minion post scenarios. Therefore, and War of the Expedition was also played. War of the Expedition played has summoned the Oasis Surger. So
Huh.
there's only a few ways for Nalguidan to get past that Tunnel Blaster. It would have to be Worthy Expedition number 2. There's 3 cards remaining, though.
Yeah, Worthy Expedition number 2 into Scenarios or Power of the Wild.
Or like a Mark of Nature or something.
Oh yeah, Mark of Nature.
Which actually would be lethal.
But right now, that's the only way he survives.
Brawl is another possibility.
Yeah, but I don't think he can use Brawl.
What now?
Because of King Pharaohs. I like the Tunnel Blaster Shield Slam play. He's looking for a high roll here for a 1-1 to come out.
Yeah.
Wow. So now Muzzy has effectively no way to win if he Ferrises into Flute, but he's gonna Ferris now.
Oh, he Ferrises without the Flute. Savannah Highmane.
I think Nalguidan realizes that Muzzy's low enough to where he can't clear everything and heal and advance his game plan. So nicely done by Nalguidan there to space out his threats, force out the Brawl, and then play the King Ferris. Tried to wait for Floop, which wasn't able to pick up, but the Ashbringer just dealing so much damage and Muzzy not able to stabilize.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to still wrap my head around the not playing Tunnel Blaster moment, but I think we'll have to break that down.
He dies anyway because he trades in his whole board anyway, and then same position. He has King Ferris. Even if he brawls King Ferris, he dies still.
Most likely.
So,
So that's going to wrap up game number 1. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to find out what happens in the second game of this best of 3. So stay tuned.
Well met, friend.
Ooh. Let's get this over with.
I win!
Oh, what an amazing game! Oh, well played!
Here's to the winner.
I'm Facundo Pruso, more known as Nalguidan. My username is an Illidan reference. I used to play Warcraft 3 a lot. Illidan is my favorite character. Back in the days, I really liked watching RDU stream as well. After I saw him for the first time on some DreamHack tournament, and then I got to beat him on some online tournament finals. That was my first tournament win, my first prize win. That was a very key moment for me in Hearthstone. I think I'm pretty good at recognizing what decks are good and how to improve them. I like the Su playstyle. Some people think it's like broke back deck, but then you have a lot of things to master, and there is a lot of little things in that deck that, of course, you can draw 1, 2, 3, 4 and kill an opponent, but that's not gonna happen every game, and you need to know how to improve your odds. I don't know if other players already respect me or not. In my region, I think they do. I'm not sure about the other Grandmasters. This year, I really want to qualify for Global Finals. I quite didn't make it last year, so that's the main goal. I hear a lot of players say first season wasn't that important, but I think it really is. If you win the first season, you made it to global finals.
Nalguidan currently up 1-0. We're going to pivot away from the Warrior trains. TJ, that's 0-1 on camera. Nice. Coming up next, we have Paladin versus a Rogue.
Cool.
Not going to spell out Paladin Rogue with your fingers. What? Nice. All right. While TJ's learning how to use his motor skills on camera.
I don't know American Sign Language.
Coming up next, we have the Paladin versus the Rogue. Now, Rogue we haven't actually seen in a while, and according to Saiyan's interview, Muzzy has been deviating from what the practice group has been saying about the lineup, largely because he really still likes Rogue.
What a rebel!
Rogue just goes and gets ya. However, even Hunter Ace was like, you know, I think you play the Priest and you play the Ensemble Priest. So they take inspiration from each other, but do they actually play card for card the same thing or even the same classes? No.
I've had a lot of success with Rogue against Paladin, even when they have tipped the scales on 4 or 5. Yes, Dan, that's right. Even when they have tipped the scales on 4 or 5.
Chef Nomi in both decks. Oh yeah, it is afternoon snack time indeed. Although I would not eat anything from Chef Nomi, or perhaps it was Chef Nomi that made me dinner last night at stage 71, because let me tell you, that burger was not well cooked.
Well, did you actually play in, what was it, Legion?
World of Warcraft? That was the one expansion I played a sizable amount of World of
Was it
Warcraft.
Legion, though? Chef Nomi, the joke around Chef Nomi was that he burned everything.
Right. Chef Nomi's a terrible chef.
Yeah.
Because they use fire elementals to cook everything. I thought that was the joke.
No.
The fire elementals are the shoe chefs.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was a while ago, but yeah, that was the joke.
Whew. This turn 2 is a joke. Nalguidan drawing all of his 3 mana Murlocs, but to
And
be
no
fair,
prismatic lens. Ooh.
Oh, not yet. He still has 3 turns to draw it. To be fair, when you play a Murloc deck like this, it
Look at
happens.
Muzzy's eyes. He's like, what? That lends you to believe that your opponent has prismatic lens, because it's very unlikely that they don't hit prismatic lens or something really greedy and not play something on turn 2.
Well, he also kept... so he had the opportunity to keep Fish Flinger, I believe, and he chose not to. Because his opponent was on the coin, so I think he anticipated SI7 Agent as being something they doesn't want, which is a 2-health Murloc on 2. That being said...
A 2-health Murloc on 2 is better than nothing on 2.
It was a pretty sizable punch. I think he also didn't have a 1-drop. From the quick look of it, because your finger flinging was distracting me, it seemed to me like Nalguidan full mulligan, got the Tide Caller, and then threw away the Fish Flinger. Had he known he was going to get the Tide Caller, perhaps he would have chosen to keep the Fish Flinger. If he had the Tide Caller and he threw away the Fish Flinger, I think that's just a mistake. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I will start paying attention more to the mulligans, because I think that is fairly important, and I will recognize as great as it is to see TJ fling his fingers at me. I should be paying attention to the fingers on the screen.
Yeah, Dan.
I need to be better.
Be the bigger person.
It's very hard with you in the room.
I set myself up for that one.
Raiding party. What kind of matchup is this? What kind of Murloc deck when your opponent has the luxury of prepping the raiding party on 3? A nerfed prep. That just goes to show you how slow this deck is.
A nerf prep and a nerf rating party, right?
Yes. It's the opposite direction. Instead of costing 0 mana, it went 1 mana both ways. Nalguidan. The chef knowing no prismatic lands.
Yikes.
This is gonna be. Oh, this is gonna be lights out soon enough. Muzzy is done ramping. It is a day of reckoning.
It feels like ramp rogue. You ramp into a weapon in Pirates.
Yeah. Nalguidan, I think, has already resigned himself to his fate.
Oh!
How does he do it?
How does he do it? Muzzy.
The thing is. Oh,
it's the perfect
my
1 mana.
God.
No way. No way.
Oh, interesting.
In context, that's so much weaker than Tip the Scales.
Yes.
Because on average, Myros probably draws like 7 cards to 8 cards, depending on when you play it. So does Tip the Scales, except it puts them into play and doesn't destroy the other cards that are in your deck. So let's see what Muzzy's win condition is here.
There's really nothing he can do.
Yeah.
He can try. The Bone Wraith is certainly an interesting thing because it might add some more. I mean, it puts more defenses in the way. But Nalguidan has double War Leader, double Cold Light Seer, which incidentally, because Nalguidan somehow is a god at drawing Prismatic Lens, it's gonna end in a victory for Nalguidan. Like. This is the reason why people play this deck, because it's very fun to just auto-win. I'm just calling it like it is. I think this deck is a cheese deck, DJ. I don't think it's very good. I think that it's very... Sorry, I think it's very good at one thing, which is this. But that's okay in a tournament when you have a lineup where it's designed to really punish decks that give you the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Murloc apologists out there that say, no, the deck is legitimate and it has a lot of other great stuff they can go for. I don't believe any of that, DJ. I think the deck is a cheese deck. Through and through.
This is lethal.
Probably. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't want people to assume that I'm trying to like lambaste people who play Murloc Paladin. Absolutely not. These decks keep greedy decks like Druid honest, but sometimes it turns games into this.
Greedy decks like Rogue.
It looked like Nalguidan had no chance, and then all of a sudden it went look from Muzzy to have no chance. Very swingy back and forth, and Nalguidan cruises to a 2-0 victory. Well done.
And a 2-0 week for him
Right.
also, which is a big deal. I don't know if he's even had a 2-0 week yet in all of Grandmasters.
Well, it's important to note that Nalguidan was rewarded for playing an off-meta deck. There's not many people playing Murloc Paladin, right? Most people who play the Paladins are playing the OTK Paladin, and it is a risk because there's people that can be prepared for it, and Murloc Paladin, if it loses, looks really dumb. And that game is a game that Murloc Paladin almost looked really dumb.
Yeah.
For bringing. Like, why would you ever play this deck if you just can't curve out?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, there you go. So I think it's a very feast or famine strategy. And against top-level players, I think that's a very underrated thing to do. People feel like they have to fight very honorably. That's actually kind of a meme within certain pockets of the competitive community, like to play honorable decks. And there's no honor in like defeat, in my opinion, when it comes to a game like Hearthstone. You play decks to win, especially at a level like this.
Absolutely, yeah. And Muzzy now his first O2 week in at least for this season, and started off blazing, right? Sane and Muzzy 2-0 in week 1, and now at least Sane had a 1-1 week, but Muzzy going down 0-2, so lost with the stash and without the stash this week.
Yep. It's not the stash's fault.
Nope.
That's definitely it.
That's inconclusive.
I will say that if there's Also, another thing, people might look say like, oh, aggro rogue's bad. Don't bring the aggro rogue. I don't think many decks are gonna beat a Murloc tip the scales like that one.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go ahead and check in with Nalguidan, who's ready for an interview. Nalguidan, are you there?
I am here. Hello.
All right, so 2-0 week. All right, 3-1. How's everything on your end? You must be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
So let's talk.
Especially after that game, that was kind of something else.
Yeah, got it. So real quick, the mulligans were pretty fast. Did you full mulligan in the Paladin game that you played just now?
Yes, I did. I had. I didn't have the 1-drop, and I had the 2-drop I got wasn't good for the matchup, so I just threw everything away.
Fair enough. Gotcha. Let's talk a little bit about the overall big strategy here. We've seen a lot of people bring Paladin. Not many people are bringing Murloc Paladin. Do you think that's a mistake, or do you feel like it was just good this week because people weren't exactly expecting it?
I don't know if people wasn't expecting it. I think, like I said yesterday, it's a solid deck for me. It has very good matchups, and it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have like very bad matchups. I feel for now. So yeah, I don't know. I bring it because it's a comfortable pick for me. I'm not sure going forward. I'm still not sure. Like for example, the matchup versus Priest, who is favored, because it feels very close and it's hard to test. Like you need a lot of sample size to test that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure that matchup who wins, but I definitely think it's good versus things like Rogue or Soul. It's very favored.
Makes sense. Going into it, it seemed like the protect priest and ban priest, was that because you weren't sure about like the priest versus the paladin? That like, is that why you chose that?
So yesterday after my match, I started to pay attention to the strategy for today, and we had the same lineup. I had Paladin, where he had Rogue, so that was an advantage for me, I think. But at the same time, I feel like Muzzy had better decks, like a better Druid list, a better Priest list. Yeah, I wasn't sure what he wanted to play. After studying a lot the matchups and the bans, I like this strategy, like protect Priest, and maybe I don't play it, but like after the first match, for example, I think I was in a very good position because like if I lose game 2, I still could pick a favorable matchup for game 3. So
got it.
Yeah,
actually,
I don't know if I explained it or not.
No, you did. You did. You're saying that you felt after pick and ban, you felt like the first game was really important, and then it let the option. If you needed to play Priest, you didn't have to.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about game 1, actually. So it seemed like for a long time you were waiting for the Floop and the King Feoris combo. And then you decided to just like play the Zephyrs for the Tyrion and then play Feoris anyways. What gave you the clues to recognize that was the moment where you could go in on the Warrior? Because I think a lot of people probably would have stayed committed and waited for the Floop before the Feoris.
Yeah, so the Zephyrs, I decided to play when I had the option because Muzzy plays bombs. So maybe if he throw bombs into my deck, I couldn't make use of it, and it was a good tool for Tyrion as well. I had a read that his hand wasn't that good because, or maybe he was saving the removals. I don't know. So yeah, I didn't want to go in with the King Feoris that fast. But then in the last turn, I was in a position that even if he cleared it, he was very low, and for example, if he brawl, one minion will survive. He had no Mega Devastator, I think no Shield Slam anymore. So like even if he had brawl, he would probably not clear my board, and I would have little anyways.
Got it. Yeah, and I think your read was pretty right. He had like the double brawl and whatnot, so his hand was like trying to save it for the Feoris, but it didn't line up, and you put just enough pressure. TJ, any last questions here for Nalguidan?
How many 2-0 weeks did you have in season 1?
Just one, the last week.
All right. Well,
I mean, it's the second one.
Keep him up, man. Keep him up. That's my only question.
Yeah. 3-1, Nalguidan. ends with one of the top standings, remember.
Yeah,
He's right now, I
3-1.
think, tied
Very
for
nice.
second or tied for first.
Absolutely.
Good job, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Goodbye.